this SIHH, we've launched 35 new movements, 23 of which are really ultra thin. And we hold many records, but as you know, every record stands to be broken. And there was one record we never really had, which was the thinnest manual winding watch. And we worked very, very hard. And we knew that to beat the record, we had to think out of the box. And again, it was made possible because when we look and work on a new watch, we always involve both the teams, the one which is working and developing the watch itself, based in Planet, also the team of movement developers based in La Côte-aux-Fées, and those guys work together. So normally one will work on movement, the other one will work on case, and then they see if it matches. Here it's just fantastic because they were sharing the same software, working by iteration, and we knew that to go to that thickness, or rather thinness, we had to think out of the box, be innovative, be creative. And also remember, the mission that we've always set for ourselves is that technique must be at the service of design. And then again, the idea was, we thought the only way to do it, because you want not only to go thin, you want to make sure that the watch is going to be working, have sufficient power reserve, works well. So, you have to really do things differently. The solution for us was obviously that the back of the case would become the main plate. That was point number one. And then we wanted to make sure for the aesthetic that we would have something special. We wanted to do the same with the watch, putting it towards the 10 mark. And then we were able to put most of the inverted parts of the movement, so that basically when you look at the watch, it's not a per se skeleton, but still you see all the main parts of the movement, and it's, I think it's a great watch. And you were right to say that all the series that we had on the Coussin Tourbillon Automatic, the idea was that we have the transparency between the watch, the dial, and then that you can see some parts of the movement. And I think this is becoming something that customers are looking for. We have, very often we talk about watches and the analogy between watches and car. I mean, obviously it's the same thing. You look for brand, you look for status, you look for design, you look for technical performance. Every time I look at my watches, I must say, I have always a sense of surprise and great emotion, because it's, it's such a living object, the watch, when you can interact with the movement. We were one of the initiators of a return to elegance. For Piaget, we didn't invent anything. We just remained quite faithful to our DNA and what we used to do and do well. And then obviously the market shifted in our direction. And yes, I think that we've gone a little bit overboard in a certain way by making the watch maybe too obvious and too big. I think there is a return toward elegance. But I would say more than that, there is a return, not a return, but the market is developing. People today are buying many more than one watch in a lifetime. And I think that the ultra-thin segment and the segment of elegance is obviously taking a larger part in the world of horology. You tend always to believe that once you're the initiator, if you do things correctly, you're going to keep the leadership. So I think we're going to be active and continue to be active in the world of ultra-thin. And again, I would say for us it goes above, and I always said it's having records is something I like. Obviously we all have ego, and I think it's great for the team because you set an objective and you want to achieve it. But for me, ultra-thin and elegance, as you stated before, it's a religion. It's not, we're not trying to be the best only in one product or in one complication, but I think for us the philosophy is that technique is only at the service of design, and thin, very thin movement just help us design much more elegant watches. And this one we just wanted to go from a rose. It's quite nice. It's just here you have the rose, which is not yet in full bloom, and then you make it, you turn it, and you change the product. And I think quite a neat product, very elegant. I think for the first time we have a strap watch with no diamonds. We have introduced, also because you know there is obviously a growing segment of women that want mechanical movement. We came with a beautiful Altiplano, 34 millimeter, but using exactly the same dial, the codes, the same indexes. Obviously they are gold, and the whole watch, I think, shows also that yes, you know, jewelry watch is an all-time favorite, but we feel also that there is a request today for just a basic watch, probably for day wear. Is the new Emperador Coussin with that incredible skeleton movement, where we are setting the movement on both sides, being very innovative in setting on the micro rotor, around the micro rotor, and around the tourbillon cage with baguettes. And I think again a tremendous synergy between Piaget as a watchmaker and Piaget as a jeweler. I think it was great because, again, as everyone knows, a big part of luxury watch today business is in Asia, and the idea was obviously to bring it to one place where more retailers, more staff of the retailers could come. It's a great way to show them products and educate them. Obviously, we had a very, very wide representation for the press. The press, as you know, is a key relay in talking about brands and the product that they're introducing. And I think this is going to be one shift in the future, is we want the retailers and we want our boutiques to bring end consumers. Because at the end of the day, we think it's a marvelous experience for them, not only to see our brand product, but to be able to see trends, compare products, compare brands, and so that's something to be repeated.